In today's video, I'm going to talk about another very acclaimed and venerated college, which is IIM Bangalore. And the program that I'm going to talk about is the EPGP, Executive Postgraduate Program in Management. I have my notes open in front of me as always. So I'll talk about everything from the typical intake, the median GMAT and GRE, and the placement statistics, sectoral split of placements, the essays, and the peculiar interview process, and everything in between. So let's get started. Typically 85 students in one batch at the 1 year full-time residential EPGP. The EPGP is spoken in the same breath as the ISB PGP and the IIM-A PGPX. It's equally respected. And why is it equally respected? Because the placement statistics are enviable and they're very similar to the ISB and IIM-A placements. The ISB and IIM-A median and mean packages typically hover around 36 lakhs per annum, and for IIM Bangalore it's 34 lakhs per annum. So that's why it's a very good program to get into. One catch here is that ISB has a minimum threshold of 2 years of full-time experience. IIM-A has a minimum threshold of 4 years of full-time experience as on 31st March 2026. For IIM Bangalore, it's 5 years of minimum full-time experience that you must have as on the cutoff date, which is 31st March 2026. And average work experience is 7 years, very similar to IIM Ahmedabad. And in terms of admission timelines, they're very similar to IIM-A. That's why a lot of our mentees typically end up applying for IIM-A and IIM-B in conjunction. They apply for both these programs in parallel. So first round deadline is August first week. You get interview calls by August end. Then you get the offer by September mid. Round 2 deadlines are October mid. You get interviews by October end, and the results are out by November end. Round 3 deadlines are October first week. They are December first week. You get interviews by December third week and offer by January mid. So even before the ISB round 3 deadline is there, IIM-A and IIM-B wrap up their process across all 3 rounds, right? So it's a little sooner. Both GMAT and GRE scores are accepted. Only offline versions, no online version is accepted, as is true for ISB and IIM Ahmedabad. And in terms of sectoral split of consulting, I spent a few hours on the placement report and I went through different articles to spot recurring recruiter names. And I saw that a lot of hiring in IIM Bangalore EPGP is happening for consulting. Broadly 45% of these 85 students are getting consulting offers from the likes of Accenture, Strategy and Consulting, EY, Deloitte and PwC. And that is followed by IT services and technology hiring, which is by Samsung, Genpact and Cognizant, right? So 75% of the hiring is happening in either consulting or IT services. And now when it comes to the admissions process, it's a little interesting. It's a little different from both ISB and IIM Ahmedabad, so you should listen carefully. Stage 1, which is the deadlines which I talked about, August first week, October mid, December first week for the round 1, round 2, round 3 deadlines respectively. Stage 1 deadline means you have to submit a statement of purpose, you have to submit WorkX details, you have to submit a relevant GMAT or GRE scorecard offline, and 2 LORs. Now when it comes to the SOP, the statement of purpose that you have to write, the statement of purpose has no specific essay prompt. It's only mentioned that you have to talk about your future aspirations as well as your current WorkX achievements. And the typical word limit every year is 600 words. Now I'll tell you how I would write this SOP. Statement of purpose, in my opinion, should envelop and canvas everything from your personal journey, parental influence, schooling years to college time and the clubs that you were a part of, and your work-ex, which is not the work-ex summary, which is in 2023 I was in Deloitte, then in 2025 I was in PwC. It's more about the kind of impact that you've created across organizations, across projects. And don't highlight it in terms of chronological timeline, highlight it in terms of project 1 most impactful, project 2 most impactful, project 3 most impactful. That can be from 3 different organizations, right? And then after work-ex, you talk about aspirations. This is what I've done till now and this is what I want to do in the future. But to achieve what I want to achieve, I lack certain skills. You talk about certain skill set that you're missing, be it financial acumen, be it big picture thinking, be it marketing knowledge, be it sales, or be it, amalgamating all the different perspectives that a business leader is supposed to do to take a decision, or be it leadership. And how will the IIM-B EPGP help me bridge the gaps from where I am right now to where I want to go in terms of goals? In terms of 600 words, the word allocation, as per my understanding and experience, should be 150 words spent on personal journey and college time, 200 words spent on work-ex projects and engagements and achievements, and 50 words spent on aspirations plus gaps, which makes it 250 plus 150, 400, and the last 200 words spent on IIM Bangalore. How will the IIM-B EPGP specifically help you in bridging the gaps in your toolkit? Through which electives, which faculties, which student clubs, which conclave, which experiential learning opportunity, and how the alumni community will also help you. Be specific about it. Don't give me generic statements. Specific names of faculty, clubs, experiential learning opportunities, international immersion, alumni community, and how will it specifically help you in your current career track to achieve your unique aspirations, right? And now when it comes to the interview process, which is stage 2, which is the last process. Interview process is typically behavioral. You're asked about why do you want to come to IIM Bangalore. A lot of questions are focused on the statement of purpose that you submit. That's why write it very, very thoughtfully. Don't write it for the sake of it. And just one more comparison that I want to do. If you think about the ISB essays, typically the first essay is talk to us about your personal journey. Second essay is more about your professional projects. And third essay is more about your goals. So if you amalgamate all the 3 ISB essays, you will broadly get the SOP that IIM Bangalore is asking for, right? Obviously, you have to change it and contextualize it to why IIM-B and why not ISB, but you get what I'm trying to say. So some schools make you write it in 3 essays, some schools make you write it in the form of 1 SOP. But broadly, the content that they want is the same. But here is where the difference lies in terms of the interview process. Interview process will be taken by typically faculty from IIM-B. They'll ask you behavioral questions related to your SOP. You have to be genuine, authentic, very clear on what do I want to achieve. No gyan, no jargon needed. But there is one more component. Like I told you in the IIM Ahmedabad video, that IIM Ahmedabad in its interview process has an extempore round where they ask you to pick a chit and you're made to talk about a topic. It can be geopolitical or economical or historical or contemporary or related to Bollywood in nature. And you have to talk about it for a couple of minutes and then they debate with you. Here, they don't make you speak about it, they make you write it in the form of a written ability test. They give you a very, loaded question like, EdTech, is it a boon or a bane? Or quick commerce, was it an eventuality? Or did it really cause harm to Kirana stores? Or the UN predicts that India will have 1 billion people in the country by 2050. What are the economic ramifications of this prediction? So whatever they ask you, it's typically related to current affairs or news or something that has really been discussed in typically every household conversation, be it quick commerce or edtech. But you have to write about it not in terms of an opinion. Whatever you are saying, try to be structured about it in terms of 3 paragraphs. The word limit is 250 words, and try to furnish as much data as possible behind your interpretation. If let's say Sarthak is saying that quick commerce was an eventuality and it had to happen, and there were a multitude of factors behind it, which was rising disposable income, which was geofication of the country starting 2016, which was convenience being at the heart of everybody's mind after COVID. So Sarthak will talk about specific factors like GDP per capita of India and how it has improved in the last 10 years. Sarthak can talk about how many households have really been urbanized and how many of them really want convenience, even if it comes at a cost. And Sarthak will talk about how many internet users and smartphone users have emerged in India over the last 5 years. So whatever you're saying, try to back it up with some data. That's what makes for a good written ability test, right? So try to be aware of numbers, geopolitical, macroeconomic, try to read the news, and don't do it in August end. Do it right when you are thinking to apply for IIM Bangalore EPGP, which is April or May of your application year, and end the written ability test with not a very one-sided or a partisan view. Try to back it up with data. I always tell my mentees, this is like a written case interview. Some consulting firms make you write cases and not converse them in the form of a case interview, which happens in a McKinsey or a Bain or a BCG. So think about it as a case interview. Here is a problem. First, give me your supporting arguments and then conclude with your answer. But main focus should be on your supporting arguments, not what answer you gave. Was it a yes or no for EdTech, Boon or Bain? But how did you support the answer, right? So this is also what you have to do, not only in written case interviews, but also in B school admissions processes. So VAT plus interview stage 2. Stage 1 is 2 LORs, SOP and WorkX details or projects. I hope I did not miss out on anything. And the typical GMAT and GRE are very similar to IIM Ahmedabad PGPX, which is 326 GRE and 665 GMAT. These are medians. On the website, you will see the mean, which is a little skewed towards extremes on the right side, but this is the median, right? And yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you very soon.